Good day and welcome to another edition of Outside of Genie. We will be looking at racing from Greyville Polytrack. This meeting was moved from Scottsville to Greyville Polytrack. Today's date is the 3rd of October. For those persons who are watching this video for the first time, I just want to explain to you what Outside of Genie do. Outside of Genie is do an analysis of the race, and through the analysis we then select outsiders that you can put into your play. We are not a tipping service, we are a service where we provide you with outsiders that you can then add on to your numbers, and therefore should these outsiders arrive, then you will be able to collect the bigger dividend. Or what we do is normally we give you 3 selections per race. The first number is our outright selection. That is the horse that we think can win the race, and that can be any price. It's not normally, it don't have to be outside, or we do give outsider selections as our outright selection. In other words, we put our to the wall to nail our colors to the mast to give you outsiders. And I'll show you just now what happened yesterday at Turfontein. Then the other 2 selections is selections that we think is outsiders that can either win or place, which you can then add on to your own selections, thereby getting the bigger dividend. Now, this video is sponsored by NORTHWEST Online Bloodstock. NORTHWEST Online Bloodstock went into a joint venture with Team G Racing, and I will tell you now a little bit later about that, where the man in the street can then be able to also afford to buy shares into horse racing. So if you want to subscribe to this video, just click on subscribe now, ring the bell, and you'll be notified every time that this video is posted on YouTube. You can also find us on Twitter, Instagram, and there's our contact details 0835855133. Just feedback on yesterday to October, and as I said to you, we are always willing to nail our colors to the mast. And yesterday at Turfontein on race 9, we give you an outright selection. In other words, that was, according to us, the horse that has got the best chance of winning the race. And that was number 8, Pascal Promise, which duly arrived at 20-1. We also gave you the trifecta and quartet selections. In that race, the trifecta paid more than 500 Rand, and the quartet paid just under 3,000 Rand. Then also yesterday at Turfontein and Kenilworth, various from our selections, either outright or outsider selections, did win or place. And our pick 6 selections for Kenilworth and Turfontein both won, showing a small profit. And also the PA in Turfontein, we caught 4 times, also for the small outlay of 56 Rand, and that also showed a small profit. You know, some people might say, yeah, but it's only a small profit. But in my book, a profit is a profit. You have increased the value of your income. So we have currently 2 special offers. Well, not 2 special offers. We got our normal 1 month subscription where you can receive daily analysis for 500 Rand a month. But then we have this special package for October and November. You know, there's going to be lots of future races, and at the end of November is the summer handicap, and this will be included in this package. And on the summer handicap, we give you 6, the pick 6 races. We do a preview of each race. So I really put in an effort to make it worth your while, you know, to get some value for your money. So the normal package would have cost you 1,000 Rand, where you can now get that for 50% discount for only 500 Rand. And I've extended this offer to today, the 4th of August. And then you can have 083-585-5133. When you do subscribe to our selections, you get race by race selections, outright winner and 2 possible outsider selection, 2 daily recommended, all to come doubles, value bets to play each way, normally 6-1. You know, best bet of the day, we don't give you odds on. The other day, what we did was we put together a best bet of the day was like all to come, that came in. And then also we have give you this all to come doubles, and currently we're having a good strike rates. Not all of them win, but some of them do, and at reasonable prices, so you can make your money back. Suggested trifecta and quartet selections, and where you can play as is or add on or use some of those numbers, and the same at the PE and the PA and the Pick 6. You can decide whether you want to play as is or add on or use some of those numbers. When you subscribe, you will receive this through a WhatsApp group that we have for paid members. You'll get a sheet of paper like this with your race by race selection, Pick 6, PA, your trifectas and quartet selections, your value bets, and then your all-to-come doubles that you want to that you can play for the day. So that is it for now. So let's move on to the racing for the day. We are racing from Hollywood's Bets Greyville, and the first race is at 1200 meters, maiden plate over the poly track for 1200 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. All right, here we have race 1, number 3, Time Taker, 22 to 10, 11 to 2, Darkest Dawn, Bombay Circus, 13 to 2, 10 to 1, Unanimous, Drograti, 10 to 1, 12 to 1, Pulpit Rock, 12 to 1, Lord Caro, Cupid Song, 12 to 1, Fire on the Track, 12 to 1, Fort Mercy, 18 to 1, 22 and longer, the rest. Now here, our first selection is number 3, the favorite. But you must please note in this race, I mean, I haven't even gave a quartet and trifecta selection in this race, but because there's a lot of first-timers and some of them are reasonably bred well, so this is definitely not a certainty. But the way this horse finished last time out, but that was on Scottsville, it's now on the poly, but it's drawn well and getting -2.5, and that would also suggest. And this horse ran on from nowhere. I watched the race, and this horse was like second last, coming into the last 800 meters, and at the 1300 meters, he was still only 13th, and out of 15th, and then he just took off and finished like a steam train to get up for third place behind Lord Wiley. And then, yeah, you can also have a look at number 1. Number 1 is Kimura, and then number 4, sorry, number 1, I just now realized I made a mistake. Kimura, I scratched. Sorry about that. I apologize. So it's not number 1, it's number 7. Sorry, number 7 is Darkest Dawn. Sorry, it's number 1, number 7. Also ran reasonably well last time out, but also on the turf, now on the poly, drawn 7. And then the other horse you can also have a look at is number 4. It's Pulpit Rock. It's a very good, I think, a reasonably bred first timer, so watch out for that because it's getting the -4. So yeah, as I said, there's lots of horses with first timers, and then maybe you want to throw Lord Caro into the back end of your quartets. Yeah, I don't think this horse is without a prayer. Actually, it can surprise. It's had a number of places and already a 5-year-old. What is it currently in the betting? Yeah, 12 to 1. Maybe you can add that into your play. So let's move on to race number 2, which is also a maiden plate over 1400 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. Here the betting is as follows. Race 2 is number 2, Jay's Dancer, 22 to 10. Right of patch is 28 to 10. High Bull is 6 to 1. El Torero 8 to 1. Lightning Spirit 10 to 1. Fly Me Free 14 to 1. Whatever It Takes 14 to 1. And more. Longer the rest. So let's have a look here. And here, my first selection is number 2. The favorite is well drawn from Tini Prince's stable. Lyle Hewitson riding. This horse nearly won last time out, but has run some decent races and is surely now due for a win. got beaten on the line last time out on the turf, now back on the poly, and definitely will be favorite. Then we're going to have a look at number 4. Number 4 is Haybel. Haybel has had its first race also on the poly, and it was, although in a slow time, it was fastest 400 to finish, but 25 to 4 is not that fast. It was hanging in, but it was staying on, and over the 1400 meters, Luke Ferrara's drawn 4, definitely in have a huge chance in this race. Flying the flag has had a first winner the other day, and since then there was 1 or 2 more that won. Then outside the selection, number 12 is Mondovi. This horse is currently way down in the betting. Now this is a half sister to Against the Odds, against Wizard of Oz. Now this is a global view, and also it's the same as the horse in race 1. This debuted also in Scottsville 1200 meters, and it ran 22.3, second fastest 400 to finish. And I can't believe the price on this horse. It was in the same race behind Lord Wiley, and this one horse was actually even behind Time Thief in the first race. Now they're putting it over the 1400 meters, but unfortunately drawn 12. But look for this horse to run on and put this in your calculation. Maybe this is not this can be an outsider that can make the dividends pay. Global View is having winners, and number 12 Mondovi, definitely a huge inclusion in all of your races, all of your bets. Here we have Whispers of War. It's a Paul Lafferty first time, and watch out for this one, but also unfortunately drawn a little bit wide. But I can tell you guys, I'm not that worried about the wide draws on the poly, because a lot of those horses comes to the outside anyway. So it's not that bad a thing. And here, number 10, El Terrero, also in of a chance, has had some nice runs on a poly. So definitely open race, lots of horses with chances. Let's move to race number 3, the first leg of the pick 6, over the 1700 meter maiden plate. Now here we have number 7, Chewbacca, 14 to 10, Guitarcon, 14 to 10, 10 to 1, Jack in a Pot, Assured 14 to 1, Absolute 16 to 1, and Cowboy 16 to 1, Prospero 16 to 1, and 25 to 1, and longer the rest. So here our selection goes to number 7. It's number 7 is Chewbacca of Anton Marcus. Please, we hope you're not going to disappoint us today. This horse has been running on well in all his races, and definitely the distance won't be a problem. It is a Silvano who only started as a late 3-year-old and has had 3 runs, and by Jetmaster Me can only improve. So definitely a huge contender in this race. Then for outsider selections, we've got number 11, Prospero, is a Jackson out of a Monsoon Me. I'm sure this horse with the -2.5, but unfortunately a little bit wide, drawn at 11, but will improve over this longer distance. Has showed some improvement, definitely a conclusion in all your bets. And then also number 2, Jack and Pot. Also, I think this horse will appreciate the longer run, the longer distance. Didn't debut too bad, only 7.4 lengths, but has got a Warren Kennedy on board, game up on sale. Definitely we'll be looking for improvement. Number 1, Do Re Mi, you can maybe include in the package of your quartet, as with number, what horse is it now? I've got another horse here. Cardboard Cowboy. Yes, that's number 13. San Verde, you can also include that into your play if you want in your quartets, package of your quartets. Here's number 14, Guitar King. He's also a Jackson by Wolfhound Mare. Unfortunately drawn 14, but has also run well in 2 races, especially with the last one, which was a longer distance, stayed on. So also need to include it into your play. Then we move on to race number 4. Race number 4 is a merit rated 97 handicap over 1700 meters, class B, average merit rating 88. Let's have a look at the betting. Here we got number 1, African Sunrise, 19-10. Mount Anderson, 19-10. Special Blend, 4-1. Caliente, 8-1. Capin Pride, 14-1. Gimme Peace, 15-1. High Green, 20-1. 25-1. And longer the rest. Number 10, News Dream, is scratched. Initially, when I had a look at this race and I opened up, I thought that it's going to be between number 1 and number 2. But then as I went deeper into the race and in the form, then I came upon number 6, Special Blend. And you will see here that on weight turnarounds and through form lines, I determined that the real value in this race is number 6, Special Blend. Anton Marcus, drawn 6. Anton has ridden twice and won 1 race on this horse. This horse has beaten African Sunrise before and can do so again. Outside the selections is number 7, Cap'n Pride. Cap'n Pride has also run well against some useful horses, 99 there, 93 there, and it's always in with a chance. Course and distance, 1 run, 1 winner, so certainly cannot be discarded in this race. And that's what makes this race so open. It looked like number 1 and 2, you know, is going to be the big contenders. And then I realized, but there are other horses with chances. Even number 9, Caliente, has also been running well, has been winning races, and also been running against some decent opposition higher than in this level, and definitely can also be involved in the finish. Last time when start to finish on the poly 1600 meters and winning by 1.6, not stopping. So this is a very open race, be careful. Then we go to race number 5. But before we go to race number 5, I just want to go back again to my presentation. Yeah, I said to you that we are, NORTHWEST Online Bloodstock is entering into a partnership with Team G Racing. We put together a syndicate of 3 horses where you can get, for a small once-off outlay of 2050, which can be paid in 2 installments. You can be part of this syndicate. For more information, visit our website nwob.co.za or WhatsApp 061-231-0193. So let's get back to the racing. Race 5, let's look at the betting. Betting as follows. Donald McDonald 28-10, Shareholder 28-10, Jacqueline 4-1, Baby Express 5-1, Color My Fate 8-1, 11-1, Kingsview, Just for the Penny 12-1, Joseph Jagger 14, and Jamaica Bay 25-1. Number 9 is scratching. Now, normally when one looks at a gradation plate, you look at a best weighted column where we have number 6 Shareholder, Jacqueline, Sworder Street, which is a scratching, Color My Fate, and Jamaica Bay. Now here my first selection is number 1, Color My Fate. This horse is in with in the base weighted handicap, and has run against some decent opposition in future races. Now back in the gradation plate, and I'm sure Color of Fate will be looking for this distance of 1800 meters based on the breeding. So I definitely got no problem making him my first selection in this race. For outsider selections, you can look at number 3, Jacqueline, and not really outsider, but yeah, definitely have a chance. Has also been running against a little bit stronger position here behind Water Spirit, Fortune Flies, and Kenilworth. Now back in the gradation plate. Last time just missed by a quarter of a length behind Irish Wonder Girl. Surely must be a big contender in this race. And also you can have a look at number 8. Number 8 is a Baby Express. Aries riding, his horse has won 2 races in a row. Also indefinitely with a chance, Aston Aries on board. Then Shareholder is the best handicap. Yeah, he's been running against some decent opposition, but I think he's battling to win another race. It's now been 606 days since last one, but has been off the track often. And yeah, he's the best weighted, but I'm not sure if he can win this race. But I mean, I might be wrong. Just for the penny has been running well in lower divisions, getting the -2.5 can also be included in the back end of your quartets. So that is, yes, Donald McDonald has also won 2 races and then a short, just on a length behind Monarchy, also in with a huge chance, this 4-year-old gelding. We now move on to race number 6, where we have a merit-rated 96 handicap over 2,000 meters, Class B, average merit rating 90. Let's have a look at the betting on race 6. I think this is one of the most open races on the card. Jack of Hearts 37 to 20, 92 Wealthy, 92 Just Cruised in, 5-1 Silver Rose, White Lightning 11 to 2, Cloud of Witness 6-1, Twice Golden 12-1, Scratch 2 and 5. I think this is the most open race on the card. I really battled to make up my mind where to go to. So eventually in race 6, I settled for my outright selection on number 4, Just Cruised in. Some of these horses has run against each other and beaten each other. Jack of Hearts has run against Just Cruised in quite a few times. But I think Just Cruised in coming back to form. Warren Kennedy for Gavin van Sale, race 4, definitely in with a big chance, I would think. Then for outsider selections, I went for number 6. Number 6 is a White Lightning. White Lightning hasn't won for 770 days, but there's also there and thereabouts, always 4 or 5 lengths, and has been running against huge better competition, marching together, Sovereign Spirit. And I think in this race, has been just within half a length of Path of Victory. And the white turnaround should beat Path Victory, but Path Victory has beaten this horse again here. So but I said, they're always running against each other. Then the one win, then the other one win. But the big thing today, Anton Marcus on White Lightning. Hopefully that can make the difference for the horse to find the first box. Here we have Silver Rose, already 8-year-old gelding, but still running well, 7 victories, carrying the 62 -2.5. Has also run against some useful information, including some of these horses in this race, and can also come in. And as I said, in this race, very open race, include the field. 7 horses field, include all of them. Here we have a Pinnacle Stakes, race 6, Class B, average merit rating 88. Let's have a look at the betting. Race 7, Kulai Baron 2-1, Winter Chill 72, We Light the Fire 92, Winter Blues 92, Filippo 5-1, Cold Hard Cash 8-1, Horse Harsey 16-1, West of Seattle 40-1, Bold Ransom and Scratching. Let's have a look at the field. Here, my first choice is number 1, Cold Hard Cash. I just want to go back here. You'll see that the first best weighted handicap is Filippo, but they're all on 100, 100, 100. So they're all in the same boat. Number 9, 4, 5, and 1. So here we have 1, Cold Hard Cash. Has got a good record on this course and distance. 2 runs, 2 wins. 7 runs, 3 wins on this course. And this distance at 3 wins. So definitely everything in this horse's favor. Plus, it's gaining -2.5. And it's at 8-1. So help yourself. Drawn 1. I think this horse will go close in winning this race. Then other selections that I like is number 7, which is Winter Blues. Winter Blues also one of the better handicaps, always there and thereabouts. Has had 13 runs, 2 wins, and on the poly, definitely in with a shout. Number Jason Gates on board. Also, you can include in bigger perms. Unfortunately, in my perm, I could only include 2 horses. But Filippo, also the best handicap, also been running in stronger opposition. Eden Rock won again yesterday at Devonton, and he won quite easy. Sunset Eyes has won a number of futures. So Filippo definitely has run against a better company, can include into your play. Right, so here we have, then we move on to race number 8, which is the last race of the day. And Class D, 69, merit rated 73, fillies and mares over 1400 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. Here we have number 8, Walker Tycoon, 18 to 10. Wine Tasting, 3 to 1. Someone Exciting, 8 to 1. Imperial Ice, 10 to 1. Hero, 10 to 1. Naoshima, 16 to 1. Class of 8, 16 to 1. Roselle, 16 to 1. Wishful Girl, 16 to 1. 25 to 1, and longer the rest. Also a very open race, where my first selection is number 2, which is a Imperial Ice. Imperial Ice has, we had a running here in the 69, has been running in 73, 72, and yeah, definitely has won his maiden a while ago, but has not been, as one run after, run well after the maiden, not being disgraced, and definitely with a huge chance in this race. Then my outsider selection is number 7, Rock the Music. This horse hasn't run a lot over 1400 meters, but it's getting -4. It's carrying only 49, and this horse might try and escape at the top of a straight and not to be caught. So watch out for that one. And then number 12, Harrier, Lyle Hudson on board. This horse ran on well last time over the 1200 meters, and I would think would be running on, look, 22.9. Also over the 1400 meters will definitely shoot. So Harrier in with a big chance. But yeah, very open race. Lots of horses with chances. Definitely include as much as you can, if you can include the field. Here we have 3-year-old Wine Tasting. Yeah, carrying 57.5. G for Joe, ran second the other day again. Yeah, so the chart, it's not bad form. Also number 3, Walker Tycoon, also a 3-year-old. Well-bred Sahara has thrown quite a number of winners, and definitely also in with a shout. But I'm always wary of horses winning after the first run after the maiden. But lately, yesterday, Pascal's Promise won his maiden last time out, and he won by 8 lengths, and then he followed that up after battling for a while to win a race. So yeah, the horse racing is not always exact science. So that brings us to the conclusion of our preview. I hope I could point you in the right direction, and as I always say, break a leg.